Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's girl Ruth. Hey Leo. Now it's your turn in the 12th house, okay? I'm going to talk about it a little while, read about it, and then we'll get to a tarot, okay? It's a little lengthy, so okay, we'll start with it says Leo in the 12th house, cuss or Leo. The ego talks in secret with this position, and one often describes these natives as the prowling lion, gazing from behind the trees, watching its prey in complete silence. These natives often unconsciously observe. They tend to secretly view themselves as better and are more elite than those they are around. And of course, this isn't done out of arrogance or thinking they are superior, more so than it is their more need to size up their environment and those around them in relation to themselves. They often feel deeply confused about their own ego and sense of self from time to time, and usually seek out a need to alleviate this sensation by downsizing others. They have a huge sense of inner pride and do secretly see themselves as enterprising. Okay. They are very much so confident, but in a more discreet way. They often dislike to be put on the spot, thought, thought they do dream of being the center of attention. Alone, they are very entertaining and can be quite the star. They have an inner sense of happiness that's prevalent, but often struggle with finding common ground with their more bright characteristics in a practical real world sense. Their real sense sexuality is rooted in praise and adoration. They love feeling important, and it's if they are their lover's sole happiness. They tend to want to be in charge in bed settings and fantasizing about boiling passion on the side of their partner. Okay, the sun also it's also Leo. Who am I? Is the often routinely the focal point in this life. These natives can constantly feel as though they are seeing parts of who they should be in others, almost like a mirror on the wall. They take fragments and try to often piece together a person with it. Unlike the moon, which deals with the mother, devoting the child's emotional state here, this can point to a past life where the father may have constantly subdued the native and oftentimes enforced his desires and wishes onto the native in the past life to become someone or something completely opposite of who they were. In a sense, this can point to a past life of dynasty like lineage where one was focused to carry on the legacy of the father's bloodline. Wow. There is also a sense that the last life was often one where the native had a strong will and often led many, but due to their extreme influences, they often come into this life rejecting their inner leadership abilities, the runaway from the sense of self out of a fear of the amount of responsibilities and devotion they associate with leading and guiding others. So you had so much in the past lives that you kind of don't want that. These natives in this life often go through many transitions and transformations in this life on their journey to become them. And oftentimes they meet people who are nothing like them. And at some point in time, will learn that the qualities associated with these people don't match up to who they really are. These natives have a natural magnetism, and once tapped into, they can be some of the most powerful people. So we all got lessons to learn, right? Trying to find this other one. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay. Um, okay, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Bible, where you fit in the Bible. Okay. Okay. If I can find it. Excuse me. Sorry about that, Leo. Okay, I might be on the wrong one. Okay, let's go. Okay, go back to the Bible. Okay, it says stronger than average in this house, in the 12th house. People born with Leo in the 12th house are incredibly strong, but not showing it until challenged. The profoundness of their power is unconscious. When it comes to their weaknesses, they're too proud and egotistical. However, they have a sensitive soul and are empathetic. Not to mention, they're capable of gaining the attention of others and as well make others shine. Okay. Positive, they're strong, compassionate, and decisive. Negatives, narrow minded and withdrawn. Advice: temper your ego and learn to be humble so that more people like you. Okay, so be careful in this house. Celebrities like Steve Jobs, I know he was on point. He was perfectionist he took it to a whole nother level. But he got the job done though. And he was a shrewd boss. Madonna, she's a hardworking person until today. Don't disrespect my girl, okay? I love Steve Jobs as well. He left a lot of legacies for his family. And he was so good at that he taught his kids. He took them out of where the environment of school because he felt like they wasn't teaching his kids correctly. He said if they graduated, they could not even be able to get a job at his company. So he put them somewhere that they would be able to. And of course, we know Madonna. Keanu Reeves. Oh, we know Keanu Reeves. Okay. Matrix. Alma Thurman. I might not be saying her name correctly. Drake. Okay. And Jay-Z. All of them have this placement. We already know about them. Stronger than you think. Inside their heart, and Leo's in the 12th house, truly strong, but they don't like to show it. More than this, their strength is manifesting when the situations are dangerous or their loved ones are in danger. They have a lot of force and many reserves of power, being able to offer their support in the most unexpected circumstances. It's difficult to manage and balance the force of the Leo in this house because the energy involved and hidden here is tremendous. Natives with these placements are domineering and never revealing this trait of others. So they're sitting on the throne of power and prefer to work from the shadows. Yeah, I just want to say that. Work from behind the scenes. Their dreams and ideas are big, F with them at all, believe me. But they're not insisting on pursuing them because they prefer to help others. This isn't the worst idea for them, yet they need to make peace with themselves and to decide if they want to occupy the throne or to just sit on it and not be appreciated so much. It's possible for individuals born in this house, Leos, to be timid and quiet in public, not to mention they're stronger than they let others see. As mentioned earlier, They're very strong on the inside. When it comes to family matters, they're the ones to take care of an important problem, but they're hiding these positive traits as well. Yeah, like a mobster. I'm just saying. They don't like to show off, and their efforts can remain unnoticed. For them, satisfaction comes from being themselves and having their own time. They can as well have spiritual drives. Besides, these natives have great love for everyone in the world and are involved with charities. Uh, it is the one of spirituality, fulfillment, karma, the soul, and spiritual awareness, waking up to their real purpose. When Leo is here, natives with these placements are ready to let their desires go to serve the universe and to hold spirituality. Just like any other sign in the zodiac, Leos have weaknesses as well. For example, they're not paying enough attention to how others are feeling. However, they're compassionate and tolerant enough to have this negative trait fading. They should allow themselves to merge with the universe because otherwise they can become desired desert islands and can no longer be connected to their true spirituality or the universal force. Natives born in this house, Leos, need to admit their ego is as well part of the universe and to be humble. This can help them reach their oversoul and they can transfer from the universal self more easily. There's no one in the world to break their will. Persons born in this house, however, become too selfish and proud. People with this placement in their birth chart can fight against the deepness of their minds. The opponent is their pride. If they want to win in a situation, they need to be less pride and more oriented to analyze details. Only this way they can gain harmony for their souls and can live their life to the fullest. When denying their personality, they need to just wake up and make some changes. They've likely been taught at home to help others because this is the correct way. So they can adapt to any person and situation, restructuring their personality even to the point of making situations too dramatic. Instead of making tragedies out of anything, they need to accept who they are and to admit that every person is special in their own way. For them, letting go of their ego is the same as embracing it. These natives are meant to look at themselves and identify why they're so special. This is something that can help them see what's best in others and awaken their self-confidence. They're like the VIPs of the zodiac as well, those who are playing the agent for others. Yeah. This is making them awesome and has many praising their incredible talents. When wanting to have more confidence in themselves, they can become more spiritually aware and express their charm through art. The sun is a celestial body that's ruling the ego as well as the soul of people when it comes to the everyday life. More than this, it puts in an accent on the soul traits that should be developed in a sign, sacrificing their interests for others. These individuals can become depressed when pressured to have morals or to be submissive. No, don't make them submissive. These situations can make natives born with Leo in the 12th house outrageous, even if they're only dealing with some demands made to them. More than this, they can feel like their energy levels are going down. For these reasons, they should initiate when it comes to their professional life, especially if they want to avoid no longer having any energy left. Usually lonely, this is a positive trait of theirs because they can come up with most inventive ideas. They can be devoted to what they love doing the most and invent new concepts for anything they're accustomed with. When bothered, they are no longer inspired and can feel emotionally oppressed. These natives have great compassion for others and love being involved in charity activities. They can't accept that there are imbalances in the world, and for this reason, they can become nihilist, Nihilstic. Okay. Yeah, I know my daughter. She's a Leo. I'm not sure she has this placement, but she don't like the ugliness of the world, and I try to convince her that when their characters develop in negative circumstances, they can start to no longer care about what others need. No matter how they're living, they must be making their dreams come true. And the scenarios are, if the scenarios are possible, the opposite can happen and they can sacrifice their interests for others or for obtaining material gains. This can come with their wish to lead and their unique way of accepting the power of the universe. Their aspects can negatively impact people from a personal point of view, but it gives them help to achieve great things when it comes to their professional life. People with this placement in their birth chart are perfect for working for from the shadows, so they could be movie directors or researchers. Yeah, this type of job can help them focus on what they need to do and not competing. When setting some goals for themselves, they should have a look in which direction their spirituality is pushing them, because this can have their talents expressed more easily. Natives in this house need to be aware of their inner power and desires while keeping them hidden from the world. Their good memories in their unconscious can make them more self-confident and at peace with themselves. They say Jay-Z has this placement. I know people were scared to even dip off into his personal life. I think that's what Beyonce liked it about him, was she can keep things private, with him. People won't be all in their business till they decide to reveal what they want to reveal. That's cool. However, if they were dishonest, they need to accept that others have defects during this lifetime. More than this, they need to get together with people like themselves to not be criticized because they don't have an accurate image of their self. They're giving a lot of importance to helping others and can invest all of their energy in discovering how they are perceived by others. I think that's why she said, "I can upgrade you." She was letting them know, I'm a give and take type of person. You know what I'm saying? We could work together. I'm gonna raise you up while you raise me up. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's see. I had something else on that. Okay, let's see if I can find it right quick. I thought this was it, but it's not showing. Okay. Okay, I found it. I think that's it. And let's see. Okay, Leo in this house or in the Bible, Hebrew, the lion. Okay, we know that. Arieh. In Genesis 49, chapter 49, verse 9 and 10, Psalms 91, verse 13, and Revelation 5. Lions are mentioned 100 times in scripture. In astrology, Leo is represented by a charging lion. It is a symbol of confidence, strength, determination, and royalty. The biblical connection lies in the magnitude of strength and power that the lion encompasses. Leo in the Bible is the king of all kings, Jesus Christ. So in this house, that's what is represented in the Bible, because who he was, or the archetype, if y'all know what I'm talking about. He has returned to this earth as a gift from God and is set to cast out the evil serpent Satan. So I think that he became the King of Kings after he resurrected. Just as the lion is the king of the jungle, Jesus is the almighty king of all. The book of Revelation mentions Jesus as the lion of the tribe of Judea, whose purpose is to be seated at the right hand of the Father and save us from the damnation of our sins. The chapter is written by John during his tide of exile to the island of Patmos. He undergoes the revelation of God's power and the sacrifices we all must make to be seen as worthy in his heart, not Hollywood sacrifices. In astrology, Leo is ruled by the sun, which is a personal planet. It's what others know you by and what you do in the world as a career, or the first impression you make when you meet others. Okay. You have that persona. You can tell the pride. You can tell you care about yourself. Revelation 5:5, where the end of the world is prophesied, says, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judea, the root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose its seven seals. Jesus rules his kingdom with the fervence and dignity of an almighty lion. Leo, take strength in Jesus and find peace in the power he has presented to our world. In astrology and the tarot, the lion is a place of joy and happiness. It's the romantic and natural outcome of courage expressed. In the tarot, the lion is connected to the sun, which shows strength and courage. It's the essence of joy no matter what hardships are faced because the reader knows he or she has won the battle already. Confidence, totally. Okay. See if I had something. I thought I had something else. Let's see. Okay. Okay. A little bit what I wrote. It says the personality itself seems to be strong, sensitive, and unknown. These individuals will have to learn about their power and their inner truth while they remain in the blur waters hidden from plain sight. This is often a signal that preserves life carried a story of success and image that was maintained and remain important to the person until they die. Let me read that again. This is often a signal that the previous life carried a story of success and image that was maintained. Okay. Let's read that again. This is often a signal that previous life carried a story of success and image that was maintained and remained important to the person until they died. It can be extremely rewarding and unconscious memories of it are pleasant and bringing confidence and peace. However, if there was any dishonesty in their approach once upon a time, this will be the life to rectify it. Okay, so any past things you did in your past life, you know anything about that, you're supposed to be correcting your karma or things you did wrong back then. You're supposed to be correcting it now in order to not repeat, because you know there are archons that have us come back and repeat that stuff over and over. That's what they're there for. Accept the flaws in others, those who don't want to see and don't want to show, and find brothers and sisters in crime. Finally, set free from self criticism, since the clear image of oneself is blurred overall. Good of the mankind will be important to these people as well as humanitarian efforts. And your opposite, pulling from your opposite Aquarius, you're supposed to be doing things, be productive in this life. And I've noticed that if people are not productive and just after material gains and not productive in doing their path and their role and their destiny, the Creator takes them out of here. Self is blurred overall. Good of the mankind will be important to these people, as well as humanitarian efforts. They often turn to at some point in their lives. Uh, okay, I had Vedic astrology. Hold on a minute. Here we go. I have that. Well, I was trying to find something I had in Vedic astrology. Well, the Pope Leo the First, um, also known as Leo the Great, was Bishop of Rome, September 29th, 440 BC until his death. Pope Benedict VI said that Leo's papacy was undoubtedly one of the most important in the church's history. So Leo was also saint back then. I mean, a pope. Okay. He was the Roman aristocrat and was the first pope to have been called the Great. He is perhaps best known for having met Attila the Hun in 452 and persuaded him to turn back from his invasion of Italy. He is also a doctor of the church, most remembered theologically for issuing the Tomb of Leo, a document which has a major foundation to the debates of the Council of Chalcedon, Chalcedon, the fourth ecumenical council, that meeting dwelled primarily with Christology, Orthodox definition of Christ being a hypostatic union of two natures. Okay, so he had an important role. Let's say that. Um, yeah, let me find it. Okay. Oh man, did my phone take it off? I think it did. Okay, let me look it up. Leo in the 12th house in Vedic astrology. I like Vedic astrology. I mean, I get ready to look up y'all adventure, go through Vedic, Asian astrology, Chinese, whatever. Uh, when someone is excluded from the normal social life, or if someone is leading an isolated or ignored life, then the sign of Leo falls on the 12th house and they become a Virgo ascendant. The sign of neglection, ignorance, losses, loneliness, spirituality, foreign things or foreign places, self-employment, etc. Virgo ascendant natives usually work for others, and by that I mean they usually work under someone by doing a job. In ancient times, slaves usually had this ascendant of Virgo, as Virgo is a sign of slavery. Wow. That is the reason their image becomes to someone working from behind the scenes. For example, people doing a job in a retail shops are not the owners of the shop, and they usually work on behalf of the owner of the shop, or the owner of the shop pays a salary to them. So their image becomes of someone working from behind the scenes. The 12th house, isolated life, and sun in the 12th house often gives bad image or bad reputation. Interesting. People working, okay, turn that for me. People working in factories are not usually the owner of the factory, and they are being hired by the owner of the factory, usually Taurus ascendant. And so their image becomes of someone working from behind the scenes. And that is the reason Leo's sign for a Virgo ascendant falls in the 12th house of ignorance. Not saying y'all, this is what I'm reading. Virgo is the most difficult sign in the whole zodiac. And so by just having this sign on the first house makes them work hard throughout their life. And their job is always full of difficulties, as Virgo is a sign of difficulties and arguments and accomplishing complicated tasks rather than physical or even mental. But this was just the one aspect of Leo's sign falling on the 12th house. 11th house is the house of social welfare. And when you do social welfare, then your image becomes of someone who is very spiritual. 12th house. As only spiritual people do social welfare and not the people who only work for themselves. You might have seen many people are working in an orphanage to take care of orphans, and such people, usually you will find a Virgo ascendant, as they imagine image or reputation is of someone working for the desolate or isolated people who for some reason have been thrown away from the normal society because of some abnormalities in them, or no one is there to care for them. 12th house represents all such people, and when you work for such people, then the sign of Leo falls in your 12th house, as then your image, which the sign of Leo represents, becomes someone helping the needy, an isolated or ignored public, sorry. Also, you might have seen people who are working as a soldier in the army, BSF, and they are forced to leave their normal social life, and they are given their duty on the borders of the country. And border, as you know, is an isolated place represented by the 12th house. So their image becomes of someone isolated for normal life. If you see, the sign of Scorpio falls on the third house for the Virgo ascendant. And so the sign of Scorpio represents the skills of a Virgo ascendant, as third house is the house of our skills. Since Scorpio is also a sign of war and death, and people working in the army, BSF, are in the war zone only, that is the reason many Virgo ascendant natives, you will find them working at the borders to safeguard the country, as Virgo is a sign that is full of difficulties. Also, if you see a 12th house sign in Pisces, and the default zodiac falls on the 7th house of a Virgo ascendant, the 7th house is the house of resolving disputes and bringing peace, harmony, and balance. So the main job of the Virgo ascendant is to fight or do arguments with the mass of the public, as the sign of Aquarius falls on their 6th house of the disputes of the Aquarius represent the masses and bring peace and harmony in them through spirituality, as Pisces is a sign of spirituality. In other words, bringing peace and harmony in the public through the customer's care, or by being someone like a policeman who deals with the public and asks them to follow law and order. Okay, I'm not going to read all of it, it's a lot. Okay, but Leo is also a sign that represents wealth, treasure, and when the wealth is hidden from the public, but the public are but of the public or masses, then in that case, also the sign of Leo falls in the 12th house. It means a Virgo ascendant could also work with hidden treasure, such as fund managers, especially if their Jupiter and Sun are placed in the 12th house. Okay, that's enough. Okay, y'all get the gist. Let me see what I Bible read for me. Okay, I read that. Genesis, King Jesus. Okay. So y'all get the gist. Y'all want to look up. Hey, Kenan, how you doing? So let's see. So I hope that give you a little insight on maybe why you're feeling about the army thing. Okay, because you like to give service. You feel like you're doing something productive. You know, maybe you got this placement. I don't know. Yeah, I remember. So, just do something of service, do something meaningful if you already do that. Okay, let's see what we got. We're going to do an overall past, present, and future. Let's see. Okay, we got Libra reverse. Justice reverse, rather. Feel like you're not getting justice in a situation. Okay. And we have Aquarius at the bottom. So making things grow, healing things. Okay. Not being too greedy, looking at all the material, I'm thinking. Okay, let's see. So we got, yeah, spirit, security, helping hand. So the creators uh showing you what you need to be doing. Then we got this not a hollow victory, you'll have victory. See, I think it's like what helping hand, go on your path. Unless they speaking of in this house, whether it's behind the scenes, says hangman, Neptune, 12th house, getting strong in oneself after a lot of deliberating and delay in your life. So you're learning how to take care of yourself. You're learning who you are. Okay, then we have 7 of Wands reverse. Third deacon Leo again. Mars. You're not being frustrated. You're not on guard so much. Um, King of Wands, Cancer, Leo, Aries. We got restless, outspoken, ambitious. Okay, now they got the salamanders. That's like repeating the same things. If you're restless, you're doing the same thing too much. You need to switch it up and do something fulfilling. You're on your throne, of course, as Leo. The magician, yeah, call things into existence. You could do that, as above, so below. If 12th house is everything from the heavens to the abyss, so use your powers to change things. That's I just do what I'm doing. I decided I know what I want to do. I know what I'm doing. See, that's also they got the like first aid, like helping, like nursing, you know what I'm saying? It's Pluto. So Pluto is destruction, but it's also repairing, it's like raising people up, like to me it's like with that Aquarius on the other end, it's like maybe figuring out how to heal people, working around that, like we were just talking about the orphans, doing things to help and help make leveling people up as well as yourself, being useful, who knows, you might discover an immortality, you might discover a potion for people to never die, you might, never get sick because it's here in the world. It's just a matter of traveling and open the box and not stay in the jack in the box, but so to speak. But yeah, doing your craft, doing what you came here to do, following your path. Then we got 8 of Wands reverse. First deacon, Sag, speedy news, a situation coming, arrows of love. So I don't know if maybe keep your heart out of the situation, have your heart in it for as loving others, but they also said that y'all behind the scenes, so you're not the type to get emotional and involved. When things need to be taken care of, y'all need to do that. So you put your heart to the side, and that's a lot for a Leo, because Leo is also the heart. Okay, then we have justice. Maybe you feel like you're not on the right path. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, you're not getting it just, you don't feel, maybe you don't feel like you want to feel. And we got the Aquarius, your opposite. Like I say, making things grow, going beyond, above and beyond to make things right. Okay. Yeah, be careful not to be greedy, overdoing it, doing things only for your personal gain, not for humanitarian effort. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got King of Pentacles reverse, Aries, Taurus. Business, arrogance, powerful. See, don't get stuck in the material world. If you're not doing a service, I was just talking about that. If you're not being productive, what are you here for? Yeah. Work. That's a Virgo. 8 of Pentacles, first deacon Virgo, Sun. And Sun is you, Leo. Work, paid work. You're working now for a meaning, a purpose. Because most people who feel empty is those who don't have any purpose, no drive. What I'm here for. You start asking those things, Yeah, make the wheel turn. So time will be better. You'll be doing so much of what you like to do till the time will just fly away. And then y'all also a fixed sign. So it's hard for y'all, but number one, to get out of a situation or leave something alone because y'all fixed. Fixed means you just don't leave. You know, you got the Aquarius is also fixed, so your opposite is fixed too. Then you got Leo, you. Then we got Taurus, and who else? Oh, and Scorpio. So all y'all fixed signs, and that's kind of dangerous in some way because if you don't know, if you're in a profession that's not good and you're only getting by, or maybe satisfying the outer appearance, but in here you feel like something is missing, and by you being fixed, you don't know how to leave it alone. You get stuck, and then you start feeling all type of way. You start getting mad and angry and doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, and being destructive, and you know what I'm saying, causing all kind of issues, when all you have to do is say, okay, this is not right for me. I'm not in the right thing. It's not fulfilling. I feel like I'm not doing anything. So I need to, move to something else. Like I said, it's hard for y'all. I have fixed signs in my chart, but I'm not a fixed sign. I'm a cardinal sign. I thought I make things new. I like new. I like adventure. Cardinal is different. Then we have the 6 of Wands. So you want a victory in what you're doing. Boom. There it is. Okay. So look, you're not accepting anything, money frustrations. You don't have that, being offered something you may not want. So whatever this is, you want a good life. You want to be able to say, okay, I accomplished this. I made people happy. I changed the world. Steve Jobs changed the world. I really admire him. And Jay-Z, and I really admire their way of doing things. And you got the Knight of Swords reversed, so you're not rushing in, not being speedy, taking your time. If you're a scientist or want to be a scientist or whatever your profession may be, that's the perfection is a Virgo, because I got that when I'm doing my products. I want it to be just right because I want to help people. I want them to heal with what I'm doing. So take your time, and figure out who you want to be, what you need to do, correcting everything, and be passionate about it. Passionate. That passion will tell you what your drive is, whether it's writing books, whatever it may be. And we got the King of Swords, cold, abusive, demands respect. So that's reverse. You're not doing that. You understanding that don't get you anywhere. It's a time, because if y'all behind the scenes in the 12th house, it's a time for that, and it's a time not. I still call y'all like mafia. Temperance reverse. So, okay, this is like, to me, not going on your path, not being grounded, being unstable. And that could lead to mind problems, mental health, the test is you're failing the test of what you came here for. They already talked about your past lives. You already did a lot of stuff in your past life that might not have been so good, and run by the parents trying to fulfill their destiny. This life, you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, fulfilling your destiny, not nobody else's. Yeah. So you won't have any broken hearts, You ain't have to worry about that. And you won't be giving crumbs, or you won't be, you won't be crumbing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Shorting yourself, however they say that. You know what I'm saying? And frustrated on what you do in your work, because you'll know what you came here to do. You can see it. See, he can see. He can see his progress. He got the world in the palm of his hand. He see progress. He not stuck on the past. This is past life. What happened when I was young? Healed himself from Chiron. What happened to me? Who hurt me? I'm gonna get back at them, revenge, all that kind of crazy stuff. They ain't worried about, what parents say, relatives say, partners say, messing around, third party, all that unnecessary stuff that's stay hurting people. So that's gonna make you have to keep coming back and correct it. Who wants to keep doing that? If there's something else out there, I want to see it. I don't want to keep coming back here. Or don't, whatever the deal is. And we got, getting all up in witchcraft and doing it on them, and they doing it on you. You controlling this, you controlling that, and then it blow up in your face, being blinded, not seeing what you're supposed to be doing, Yeah, try to one up somebody and make them go out in the cold and dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. That's unnecessary. Unless you're gonna be a witch doctor or warlock and help people, you know what I'm saying, and help them see who they are, whatever they do. Something productive. Otherwise, you're gonna be sickly. You're gonna be, you're not gonna be happy. You're mental. You're gonna be study playing these games like these people that's in higher ups. So you don't want to punish yourself. They play games with people. We got Virgo the star. You're a star. Realize that everybody's a star. Realize that you matter. Your ways matter. You belong here. Okay? You play a part in this too. Although they try to make it like we don't. Oh, sure. See? You belong here. That's Christ. You have your own cross to bear. Hey, there you go. Shining bright. Shining bright like a diamond. Be illuminated. You're supposed to be doing your craft, what you came here to do. Instead of being sneaky and you can see the sneaks once you got your eyes open, exactly. Believe me. Making people weak, or they trying to make you weak, talking too much, gossip. You won't even be involved in none of that stuff unless you're a producer of a show. You know what I'm saying? You ain't be involved in none of that gossip and who say, he say, she say, for what? Okay. So don't be an empress. And then you could be hurting people, trying to one up people. You don't care if you kill them or die or whatever. Just crazy shit. Ancestors don't agree with that. You're not making things grow. You're killing things. Believe me, they will act accordingly. You're not being faithful. You're not realizing and going through the things that you're supposed to be going through. You're not you're flunking the test. You're not on your path. You're anchored. That's what you need to be. You need to be anchored, go on your path. Instead, you're going through these cycles. And then on top of all that, what are we teaching our kids? What are you teaching the children? You playing too much? You teaching them how to get over on people? And then you could also, your child, by you teaching them and they watching you do the wrong things, you could set your child up. And then you wonder why they're going back and forth to jail, or they're getting in a lot of trouble, or sometimes even set them up for people kidnapping them or dying. It happens. I mean, stuff happens anyway. Look, even the man is reversed. Not being the emperor that you're supposed to be. You're not cutting something out. You started rushing doing something that's not supposed to be right. Too many secrets. Look. Okay. So sail on out of there. Become secure. Find your look. Find your path. Who you supposed to be. Okay. All right, y'all. That's what I have for y'all. And I hope it made sense in some type of way. All right, this your girl Ruth signing off. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. And talk to y'all later. All right, bye.